Who just won a settlement. Against the city of Cleveland. We're doing the same damn thing. Illustrating once again. That in this country. While they say you have rights. Whenever they want to. To enforce their empire. They will violate those rights. Well, we declare. We will not rest.
We're all Americans. We don't want to be engaged in foreign wars. So then why'd you vote for Hillary? So who'd you vote for? What? Who'd you pen in? Okay, so you think Bernie wasn't going to wage a war in Syria? You think Bernie wasn't going to wage... You think that Bernie wasn't going to arm the people in Al-Qaeda? I support Assad. I support a dictator. Why do you support Al-Qaeda? Why do you support Al-Qaeda? Why do you support the people that flew planes into American buildings?
America was never great. Revolution Club. Who's our leader? Baba Bacon. It's time. For an actual revolution. Humanity first. Imagine a world without America. Imagine a world without America. That guy right there.
Guys, give a hand to the cops, folks. Come on. What a pussy. Oh my God, that was awesome.
Did you see the first fireball?
Yeah, it threw me over. I fell on my back. They did the fireball. It turned into a quick brawl. I don't think I was thrown back by the fire. I was thrown back by everyone was fighting.
That was a huge fireball.
There's a huge fireball, probably like a 3
There's
foot
one,
radius.
and then there was a second one.
It was two total. But one that had a lot of people right next to it the first time. There's some Proud Boys who were fighting about it.
America was never great.
So it's trying to really get really fast.
Fucking troll ass.
piece of shit. You're a fucking lowest of the USA.
Get the fuck out of here.
USA, homie. I'll pump a hole in that brother, bitch. What? I'm fucked up. Watch out. We don't play that here. Hugs and handshakes, baby.
Go back to Germany, you commie fuck!
Are terrorists! Antifa 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 are terrorists!
What?
Antifa are terrorists!
What?
Antifa are terrorists! 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 Are terrorists!
Proud of your fucking boy!
Purple rain chants, raining. No, a little purple rain. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do when we come for you? Proud boys, proud boys. Yeah. That's in the kids. Proud boys, proud boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when we come for you? Proud boys, proud boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when we come for you? Proud boys, proud boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when we come for you? Proud boys, proud boys. It's a big camera. Fuck communism! 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 West is the best! The 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 West.
What just happened? You started the live. You're the first one we saw in the live stream. From your point of view, what happened from there?
So you got a bunch of woke people that don't know what the fuck they're doing, trying to burn the flag, bringing up slavery, all that shit. Me and this Marine right here, we tried to save the flag. Unfortunately, those assholes fucking burnt it. He still got it. Unfortunately, they burnt it. We couldn't get it. He burnt his fingers. I couldn't get through. After that, they were arrested. So after they were arrested, there was another fight between Antifa and some real patriots. They started getting in each other's faces, and a bunch of Antifa made the worst mistake in their life and tried to rush us. They got sucker punched, they got arrested, and now they're in the back of the cruiser, and now their mom's got bailed.
Anyone on your side arrested?
No, not at all.
It seems like it was all their side was the only ones. Enrique, what's this?
And I'm pissed because I lost my Gatorade.
What happened from your point of view, Enrique?
I saw the whole thing. One of he was dressed in all black, so I don't know what side he was on, but he headbutted one of our guys.
I was standing.
And then the scuffle came in. Cops took him in, put him in handcuffs, and then put him back in the crowd. Our guys didn't even get cuffed, and we're just out here to have a good time. Some of the guys that headbutt us.
I'm standing in between everyone.
Yeah.
And the guy comes across missiles like that.
Self-defense is great. We don't start shit, we finish it. Hey, guys!
They're lying to your face.
Keep going. Hold on. Nazi scum go home! Nazi scum go home! Nazi scum go home! Debbie Downer. This is why they hate us. Because we established the bullshit. You get paid for that shit. You're selling out the country. Let's go! Keep moving. Let's move.
Oh man, I thought it was going to be like a slow lighting, whatever. It just blew up in front of me. When they first lit that thing, it exploded in like a second.
He's on the news all the time. Throw acid in our faces and blind you, bro.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking crazy. That's the Democratic Party for you today, bro.
The police are clearing the entire area now. It turned into a huge fight when they set the first leg of fire, and then a second one. And then fights continued after they pushed into Lafayette Park, primarily between the Revolutionary Communist Party and the Proud Boys.
To the border to ass. I've been aborted. You are a cheat. You are a cheat. You are a cheat. You are a cheat.
Back away. Just go. Keep walking, you tools.
Okay, I'll be right there.
This guy's nuts. Stop talking to him.
God damn it, man.
You're literally arguing with a homeless, crazy guy.
Yeah, and it's not a good look.
He's getting paid. He's getting paid. He's not even the homeless guy.
To the people who are watching right now, this was actually their permitted protest area. This is where they were expected to light the thing on fire, and they surprised everyone by doing it right in front of the White House, which caused basically all of that fighting to happen.
Free her. No one's claiming it. It belongs to no one.
Hey, OC, what's up, man?
They got me caged like an animal. Obama, why are you doing this, Obama?
That's AOCs. That's Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Think about it. Let's go.
Oh, yeah, let's go.
Trump 2020. Trump 2020. Trump
Got Fisher, I got you.
Backstabber!
Antifa, fuck 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 Antifa, fuck
Antifa, suck.
can't stand in, y'all. Oh, hell no.
How far do we have to go, sir?
8650 to 72. Flank them as they're going up. Flank them up here on the side. Northbound 16.
How far do you want us to go?
Psychopaths in a fiend frenzy. As you chase us, you cuck. You king reptile brain.
Stop chasing!
Learn how to read.
Hey, stop provoking!
Get a life.
Stop provoking!
And we still got guys back there.
Yeah, we gotta wait, right?
And they're chasing us.
We can stop here, we're across the street. Hey!
I don't know where we're going.
They can find a spot.
While we wait for your guys, do you want to talk about what just happened?
Yeah, I heard. I was sitting at the bar. I was having some beers, and I heard there were communists like a block away burning American flags.
Come back here.
So I was like, all right, let's head on over here. Let's see what's going on. And we get here, and it's basically a big circus for the most part. I mean,
So you got here after they lit it?
yeah, I didn't see it on fire.
Right.
Sadly, I got here a little bit later than that. I didn't see that.
Right.
But we were just here just to let them know that we don't think it's right. We don't think that. I think that people have the right to burn American flags. I think when a country says that you don't have the right to do it, so I disagree with Trump on that front. But I don't think you should do it. I think when you do it, people should call you out and tell you that it's wrong, especially on the 4th of July, Independence Day. Oh yeah, and then they attack a gay man, you know, when they get here.
Here?
Jacob Angles. Yeah, Jacob Angles right there. He got punched.
Oh, do you want to...
By some person of
I'm standing in front of these people, and the transgender. Hey, bring it in.
We are trans.
I just got finished informing, I think it was a woman, that I am a transgender woman. And her attacks on me, her transgressions were homophobic. And to prove that she was not homophobic, she went and punched a gay man. That's what happened there.
No one's assaulting you. Hey, guys, right now.
I gotta
These
go.
guys too fucking tired. Clips on the front.
I'll see you Saturday.
When I want. Let's go. Hey, we just seen Orlando. We got to change Orlando.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's awesome. When you guys followed me on Twitter, I don't know if it was who it was. Who does the social media?
I do sometimes. Sometimes other people do.
Well, you guys are awesome, man. I found out about you when I woke up.
You gotta be here. I'm the Splash Ball boys, man.
You know. Oh, by the way, Titans of Liberty. Okay. MAGA Titans. To the right.
Hey, this is the back of it right here.
Exactly. And your mom.
USA! 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 Lock her up! 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 Lock her up!
Blessed are the key peacemakers.
Proud Boys are here to stay. Proud of you, boy.
Proud of your boy!
I'm a proud boy, baby.
Proud boy!
Thank you, Metro. Joe Biden likes to touch children on camera.
Because they would have
Elizabeth Warren is a fake atheist.
They wouldn't let him run
Or die in a prison. So that is freedom in the United States of America Act that we must defend.
So as you can see, it seems that a few communists and none of the Proud Boys were arrested. The police got the main guy, Gregory Johnson, who lit the thing on fire. Right now they're being escorted away.
Cowboys, hold! Hold! Right. Tell them, guys, we're going right.
For some reason, I feel like we have a tail.
This reminds me of Orlando Trump rally, where they call me my Puerto Rican ass a white supremacist. Right? Drinking and drunk take me. I like this girl. Hold on. Wait, what's your name? I'm Rochelle. What's up? How you doing? So, no, don't you start. Don't you start. I gave you a compliment. You better take it. Hey, well, we glad you That's right. We're not playing any games anymore. We're stepping out. Get off the couch and come join us.
That's right.
You got one! Original first time.
That's why they built the wall.
Trump knocked him out for talking shit. That's the shit that knocked him out. Water and sugar. That's it. Mama had to, buy food for us every single day. That was their survival.
To the Communist Manifesto infiltration into the United States. We will never give in to the Communist Manifesto infiltration into the United States of America. We know Barack Obama armed and funded radical Islamic extremists. We know that he funded the Mexican cartel and Operation Fast and Furious.
I like that we have all the security.
As we can see, being led on, being escorted by the Metropolitan Police.
Puerto Rican motherfucker was like, ah!
We're not the violent ones.
Yeah.
You were in the Antifa meeting the other night.
Yes, I did go to that
Why was
meeting.
the big problem with that?
Sorry?
Why were you in the Antifa meeting? Why did they let you in?
It was a press conference. So Gateway Pundit wrote about it in a really silly way, but they held a press conference.
Okay, but why
There was
would they let
Washington
you in?
Post. It was Washington Post, AP, and me. They were. The entire thing is that they're trying to brand themselves in advance as.
Yeah, but you know that this was basically like a bounty list. Like you're literally like.
They got the whole unit on them.
I think it's valuable for people to see what they are talking about, what they're trying to push to the rest of the meeting.
Why isn't anyone talking about how dangerous it is?
A lot of
What they're
people.
trying to do are really, they're like that's
But just so you know, I'm live, but I'm not putting anything.
my point. Isn't that like no problem? Like no one's talking about it.
Well, so the purpose of all of my footage is that I do raw footage that just shows exactly what the thing is that's going on. Other people analyze it. So like a lot of people have edited that video and everything about it since then, like particularly the thing that I do is I just film beginning to end. That's my repudiation.
It's man, sluts, Proud Boys Week, eat Vienna sausage.
To just actually show the entire thing that happened. So if someone tries to say here, you know, one side did it or the other side did it or whatever, like I think I'm the only person who's live streaming this whole thing right now, just from the beginning to the end of it. And if you're on
I shot Antifa after they attempted to joyful me. Proud Boys are selfie-taking faggots. Jew fags.
Yes. Nice to meet you. Yeah, so I contacted Jack.
Do more than
Right.
send it to the FBI. Send it to the FBI.
About like 50 people tagged the FBI.
We need to send everything to the FBI.
Yeah, generally speaking, I don't talk to law enforcement, but like just as a general policy. but again, if it's online, other people can. You can email it to the FBI. Yeah, I mean, you're one of probably like 50 people who did, and it is what it is.
Rufio! Yo, Pan Man, that's cute. That's very cute. Very cute. Yeah. Don't give me those eyes. Exactly. Wow, you find some freedom inside of this country. This is America.
It's going to be a bit ridiculous. Where one goes in that direction. Thank you. Have a destination.
$1,000 a month, make it rain. We got that white supremacist. Yes. I'm illegal. Feel the burn. Feel the burn. Feel the burn. Yeah. They're illegal immigrants waiting to come to this country legally. You know what I'm saying? This country's about American first. Assimilate. Learn English. Learn the country.
That means Spanish. That means black. That means white. You're yelling at the camera. We're trying to do something. It's just chill. Yelling at the camera. Just yelling because I'm mad.
Bring it in, guys. Hey, boys. Bring it in. Guys, we're not going anywhere.
Hey, say it with your chest.
Chest out. Chest out.
Bring it in! Yeah, there you go. I'll help you right there, all right?
Chest out.
We were just going to see some people light up a flag.
I didn't even think that we were coming here.
Holy shit.
You heard it?
Blue lives matter. 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 Back to the blue. Back to blue. Back to blue. Blue lives matter.
I am not going to anything disagree. Please let me know. I'm here to have a conversation.
Hey, let's go to the bar. Go!
Please let me know. Everything is my opinion, so everything
You got it right. You got it.
You alright? I'm good. Are you okay? Because it's like
Oh my God.
I tried to pick you up.
I am more okay than I would have thought after that.
Get it on camera, the
Oh,
fire?
I think I got first person of a fireball blowing me back on camera. That was one of the most fucked up things I've ever seen. Yeah. Shit.
Dude, did you fall?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting a fireball. Everyone blew back.
I had
after
it
the
like
fireball
this close to my face.
It did push me. Yeah, it did fall back. But it's fine. But I'm fine. I'm fine.
It happened literally. I was like, oh,
Huh? I always do. Do you have anything you want to say on here? No problem.
I'm like, what?
feet. I didn't know those fag burners were fucking coming over here.
They announced it yesterday. I mean,
the only ones that tried to stop him was me and that other Marine. Everyone else sits there with their thumbs up their asses. That's why we couldn't get to it until it was burned.
the cops actually gave them a permit to do it in a different spot.
They want fucking permit?
Yeah, that was what you saw where that cage was. The cage thing was next to like a bucket. What the police actually permitted them to do was you could light it on fire on top of the bucket.
Oh my fucking.
They had negotiated over it, and that was what they came to as a compromise. And then they screwed over the cops basically.
Fuck, man, we should have burned the Black Lives Matter flag in their face. They would have tried. Jeff would look like a fucking hate the greatest country in the world.
Here you go. That's with a 17mm lens.
Do you see me in that shit?
I think I got you in my video.
I'd love to see the shot of me falling down there first. Because I want to see what, like, did someone... I actually don't know what, like, what was that? Human.
I don't see you in this.
But it's fine. It was just funny. All right, guys. So those who are watching, the Proud Boys are kind of on the move after a confrontation with the Revolutionary Communist Party, I guess is what they call themselves. And they had set fire to 2 American flags. And I believe 3 of their people, maybe 4, got arrested. Nobody on the MAGA side got arrested. Well, they're Revolutionary Communist Party. They're not like but they're yes. But yes, those guys got arrested.
Where do all these people come from?
He thought it was funny. He laughed.
It's a concentration camp. Why is everybody complaining? How dare you? How dare you? And anybody that survived the Holocaust or has members of family that has survived it knows that you're a joke. It's like
What time is it right now? 5:40. Okay. It's only been 40 minutes since this began.
nowhere.
Not that long.
This is why we don't have guys in here.
I do know that they have a system. And the police know what it is.
Holy moly! We might as well start a rally. What are we doing? What are we doing?
We already did. There were rallies, there was KKK, and there's something.
It's just weird. They have picked up like 10 people.
There's more people than before.
They're like just gonna keep walking in circles, and by the time it'll be like a march of 50.
It's a man with. I'm a man. I'm not a man, I'm a woman with boobs.
There's no tampons in this voice.
Guys have periods too.
Transgender abortion. Right.
Look at the states, see how each one relates.
Oegable, Oebe. Thank you, Proud Boys. Very cool. Happy Pride Month and praise Israel.
When it rains and the rockets are very high, they shoot high in the sky. America, a place that is our home. You go from east to west, these sections are the best. America, a place where you can be. You go from north to south, and it flows from sea to sea. Look at the east. It's cool how the weather changes. It's something we should know. We have to go with the flow. Look at the rest. We feel like that great old Midwest. Great Lakes are like an ocean view, and this is really true. America, a place that is our home. You go from east to west. These sections are the best. America, a place where you can be. You go from north to south, and it flows from sea to sea. A place that is our home. You go from east to
All right, to the people who are watching, I just want to clarify because I see some confusion. The people who we're walking with right now are the Trump supporters, the Proud Boys, and other kind of conservatives, right-wingers. The flag burning happened at the White House right at the beginning of this live stream. And basically they used some kind of liquid or something because the flag basically exploded. It turned into flames in like a second from being lit. And I believe that a total of 4 of the far left folks, the communist folks, were arrested for the burning and for the fighting that ensued. To my knowledge, none of the people on the right-wing side here were arrested, and they're being given police escort
Happy
to wherever
for
it is that they're
Gloom
trying
and
to go.
Gloomers.
Again, the fighting basically started because this group called the Revolutionary Communist Party had planned to set fire to an American flag, and they actually got a permit to do it, but they didn't want to do it in the spot that the cops gave them, so they showed up by surprise right in front of the White House, and they set it there. And basically a guy who's actually a current active duty Marine, to my knowledge, told me right at the beginning of the live stream that he was going to try to take it from
USA, 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 USA.
when that flag went up in flames.
Probably was at some point.
So again, it's not exactly clear to me what their current destination is, but I basically plan to film it at least until the cops disband. I want to see how the police sort of behave in all of this.
red, white, and blue. They help protect our country. That's what the Navy will do. We look far beyond us. You last kiss until you're
Nancy Pelosi can drink. Look at here, every red hat. Put them in a line. Shot to shot. Nancy Pelosi will put this whole crew under the table. $1,000 a week on her private jet in Auschwitz.
That sounds like Usher probably, sir.
Hey, she drinks vodka. That's Russian collusion.
Vodka? Oh, she's a
And she hates ice except in her whiskey. Puts vodka in her milk. Drunk, heretical bitch.
Hello, I'm a robot and I wanted to suck your dick. No Jews, please. Back to music. A.
I'll say this though, Nancy Pelosi used to be kind of hot, like back in the day. Back in the 60s, yes. 60s, she was good. She had a nice rack. But now she will never die. Because she's Jared Holt's nuts. It's a preservative. That's all it's a preservative. She's pickled. Speaker Pelosi forever. That's what we're gonna have. We're getting number 10. And for the record, I am completely opposed to term limits. Because if the San Franciscans believe that she represents them, that is their right. It is their right as Americans, as a part of the democratic function of our Constitution, that you have a right to vote for the representative that you believe represents you. I believe Nancy Pelosi represents San Francisco perfectly. No, she doesn't. She's corrupt, she's mean, she's evil, she wants to kill children, she wants people shooting up hypodermic needles in the streets. That's San Francisco. She doesn't have AIDS, she's too old to have AIDS. If she had AIDS, she would have been dead by now. She would have been dead by now of AIDS. Hey, yeah, who are you with?
News to share.
What?
News to share. News to number 10. I've definitely filmed you on we've met a couple of times over the last few years.
Have you been to more or something?
I've been to both Moors, yeah.
I was at the second one. Wearing a red jacket. Alright, I'm done ranting.
That was interesting. Oh, the Trump thing started?
Really?
Well, actually,
it should be like in an hour. An hour, 45 minutes.
Someone commented that they wish that they hand out more answers. I think they're disappointed that they tuned into the live stream like as we're just walking around. I'm also seeing a ton of this when we go one, we go all thing. I literally had no idea what that meant until today. Well, the abbreviation, the WW, whatever. Like I've seen that comment a few times before, but I never knew what that meant. Yeah, that's true.
They stole my flag. They stole my damn flag, bro. They stole my music. They stole my flag. They stole everything. That's more American than it ain't right. They even stole McCarty. You know McCarty was Cuban. McCarty was Cuban, bro. They stole it.
so I'm just.
All Hunter and I had a much better July 4th in 2015.
Unforgettable.
Absolutely unforgettable.
What's that?
We covered these guys who we'll tell you that story after over a beer or something. It was a good one. That was the most roundabout path to the Metro Center that I've ever seen. We went so out of the way to get
Is that where we are? Oh shit, you're right.
If we missed the fireworks from this shit, I'd be very upset.
2 more blocks.
Yeah.
They wouldn't turn on. They wouldn't cancel fireworks for a fire. They would do the fireworks after or before the fireworks. On the 4th of July. The weather might be
And I get mad. So it's kind of.
Shadow.
Do you have any idea where we're going?
Under pressure.
We've got 1,000 people just watching us walk around.
Are we gonna have a dance off? Put the chest up. I told you guys if you had a flash mob, you'd be perfect right now. Nobody knows it. Nobody.
All right, that's it.
Okay,
You're on.
Oh no, I needed to. Say, I don't know. My business right now.
The Trump Hotel is directly in front of us.
Are they dropping off something off at Trump Hotel? Being like, Mr. President, these are yours. I think they're gonna drop us off at Trump International. Be like, Mr. President, these are yours.
Hand you over to
Control your children. Can you put these back in your basket, Mr. President?
Do you support President Olin Blurb's agenda? Click here to vote. Only 4 hours left.
That cop was smoking what looked like a tasty cigar there.
All right, we're buying all the cops beer. Who wants a shot? Shot for you. You get a shot. And you get a shot.
And you
get a
get a
shot.
car.
You get a shot. And you get a shot. Everyone gets a shot. Everybody gets a shot.
Oh, they're going to Harry's. This is like the conservative pub of DC. Harry's? Yeah, this is known as the conservative bar of DC.
Join us. Feel free to join us. News to share. Big up to news to share. My boy behind the camera.
See you Saturday.
Now we're here to do what we really love to do.
Alrighty. That's a wrap, folks. We're not gonna film and drink. So we're here at Harry's Pub is where it ended, and that's where they had the police sort of escort them in. So with that, I'm gonna call that a wrap. Just as a quick summary. By the way, this is Alejandro, who was out here too.
We got a lot to go through.
The Revolutionary Communist Party came to set fire to an American flag.
By the way, Ford and I have been calling them RevCom, so RevCom and Revolutionary Communist Party are the same thing.
It's worth noting that the Proud Boys kept referring to them as Antifa, like while it was going on, and that is a distinct, separate, also anti-capitalist, but a separate organization. RevCom is a very specific leftist group. With that being said, they came to set fire to an American flag in front of the White House. There were some Trumpy people who were not too happy about that. Not one bit.
Not at all. It's not like, there were fights or anything.
Well, there were, yes.
There were. That was sarcastic.
But did it turn violent? Yes. Okay, so
that was
it turned into a pretty crazy brawl.
I've seen in front of the White
That
House.
was definitely the most violent.
Ford and I cover that kind of thing a lot here. Right?
Holy.
The Secret Service scrambled to kind of control the situation, and people kept fighting on the sidewalk after they cleared Pennsylvania.
I encourage you to check out the live stream now that I'm going to conclude it, and I'm going to have some HD footage out for everybody later.
You can also see a video of the moment, and this guy, fell, by the way.
Yes,
I had to, help him out.
Explosion and chaos. Just like that. Knocked me over.
If you want to see a video of the moment the flag was set on fire right now, you can go to my Twitter feed, at ALE Tweets News, ALE Tweets News, all one word. And you can, I have a big thread going on. If you go back there, you can see what I've been posting this entire time.
Right.
Including the moment the flag went on fire.
All right, so with that, like, share, subscribe. I'm going to comment the Patreon here, so send us money. That'd be awesome. All right, thanks. Bye.
Anyone who wears a straight brim baseball cap is a closet homosexual.
And that's not a good thing because we've been.
So Bush was a liar, not Trump.
We're all lying.
Well, that's true. We all have the ability to lie. Right here's the camera lens, by the way. Like I said, I've got some new equipment. And so anyway, keep going. I want people to see what you got.
We can't blame it on any one individual. Not any one
My ancestors were served beans on toast, and they said no. They came to America. Silly Brits. Merca.
So it's not a Trump problem, it's not an Obama problem, it's not a Clinton or a Bush problem or a Reagan problem. It's an American problem because we are trying to be the world police.
Right. Well,
So you would say that we got no business.
well, we've got a major problem.
Talk to them. They want to hear. Let me turn those comments off. There you go.
A major problem with the industrial military complex. We have that ever since.
So you're against military or the complex itself?
I'm against the Pentagon running the government. We're supposed to have a Congress running the Pentagon, not the other way around. Alright? And we're not, it has nothing to do with defense. All these wars are fake wars. It's all about backing up the dollar and the European bankers. So we've got to come off the crap. We've got to face the facts.
So we're only going to war to make money. That's your stance.
Well, basically, it's all about the dollar. Now, we're looking at when the Nixon shock in 1970, he revoked the dollar standard because Charles de Gaulle wanted to protect the sovereignty of France, and so he asked for France wanted their money back, their gold, money. There's a difference between money and currency. Currency is fictitious, based on faith. And money is backed by an intrinsic substance, gold or silver.
So what's the solution?
Ever since then, we've been insisting that countries respect Bretton Woods Monetary Accord agreements. And that's why we come up with these big lies in order to justify these wars and go into these countries and start selling petroleum and other things.
So if you were the president, what would you do?
I would wait until there's enough critical mass out there to get the job done. Because the president can't do it. The president's not that powerful. The president needs people to come out and accept the facts. That's what the president needs.
And what top 2 facts would you want the viewers to?
Well, we're just insisting. Look, we've got 3,500 architects and engineers. You can go to A&E 9/11 Truth. They're all professionals. They're all licensed. They're all practicing their profession, and they're putting their careers on the line by involving the fact that they signed the fact. It's a scientific fact. The 3 towers that they say collapsed did not collapse. They were called demolitions laced with explosives before the planes attacked.
So you're suggesting there's a big theory that's been going around ever since it happened. So you would agree that 9/11 was a conspiracy and the Bush was behind it?
Look, the official version is a conspiracy theory.
Right. Okay.
Here we got.
But you're saying the Bush knew. You're saying the Bush knew that there were bombs in it.
Never flown an airplane before. They get into a jumbo jet. All 4 of them. They fly those jets into these buildings, and the buildings collapse. Free fall speed, complete symmetry. Never happened before in the history of architecture. It happened 3 times at the same time.
Anybody that's watching, do you believe that? Anybody that's watching, do you believe that Bush was behind 9/11? And that it had obviously never happened before?
There are various rogue elements from several governments. And we're all involved. All the media, the NGOs, intellectuals, religious institutions. I mean, come on. There's nobody, it's my fault. I accept.
So you take responsibility.
Yeah.
The viewers should take responsibility. How can we change it then? What do we do? Do we vote differently?
Speak the truth. We can't accept what took place. We've been the 9/11 wars ever since. We revoked all our constitutional. I mean, we still have a lot of freedom and a lot of rights, but that's because they've allowed us. Because legally they don't have. They've been revoked since the Patriot Act.
Do me a favor. Tell everybody how hard it's been raining. Man, we are soaked. His beard, his black. I'm so my hat. Look at that.
This thing gets wet, it'll fall apart.
I know, man. What is that paper? It's cardboard, isn't it?
Cardboard, and it gets wet.
Cardboard. You painted
It's gonna
that.
disintegrate like.
Look at that. It's supposed to be the big eye. The big eye. All right.
The all-seeing eye. The
all-seeing eye. Speaking of all-seeing eye, I've got a question for you. Do you believe that Jesus Christ died for your sins? Are you a Christian?
I don't.
Are you an atheist?
I don't believe it.
You know it because you've been born again. It's a historical reference. What's your take on the guy here sharing the gospel?
Well, I think there are news and all that streaming.
All streaming is new. What do you think about all the military vehicles down at the? Are you one of the guys that are against having the military vehicles and the tanks and all that stuff?
I'm against that.
So, we've met a guy here that's against the military-industrial complex. So my last question, and I'm going to move on because it's starting to rain. I wasn't sure, just so you guys know, if I could even go live because it's really raining pretty hard and my book bags are getting soaked. Any last things you want to say to anybody that's watching? God bless you guys and God bless America. God bless you, brother. I'm going to grab my bags and move over here and talk to these guys that are... Be safe, my friend. You got to watch out for these crazies out here. Guys, it's so crowded. You can hear helicopters, you see all these people. All right. My bags are like that. So. All right, guys. Hey, guys. You go second. All right, we're going to talk to our brothers here about preaching the gospel. Let me turn the comments back on in case you guys are watching and have any questions. John Rocha, are you watching? Terrence is in the house. My gosh, Austin Barr just showed up. All right, for those of you just tuning in, let me step out here on the street and tell you what's going on. I am solo today, and I'm using some new equipment. And I've got my map. This is Constitution Avenue here in Washington, D.C. Down that way is the Capitol. That's the United States Capitol. And on the other end, in this direction, that is the Lincoln Memorial. That's where President Trump will be speaking sometime around 6, maybe 6:30. It's pandemonium out here, folks. You will get run over, right? People have been asking. All of this rain has gotten my hat Rory, look at that. It's supposed to be standing up, and it's not even working out. So as soon as I get a chance, I'm going to come over here and talk to these guys. This guy right here, he has not let up. Right there. He has not let up. Thousands and thousands of people here today. This fencing, by the way, for those of you, let me try to shrink this down. This fencing right here runs all the way around the National Mall. I was talking to a couple of officers earlier today as it was pouring. It's pouring down the rain. And I probably won't be able to go live very much this evening. I am completely soaked. I appreciate the 9 of you that's watching, right? But I don't ever get to do this. I'm going right back out here. Again, this is Constitution Avenue. Let me straighten this back out. And right, look at here. Oh, they're partying. They're partying. Anything you want to say to the people watching?
Happy 4th!
Happy 4th of July. Look at here. They are enjoying some Michelob Ultra. And if you, that's right. You're enjoying a little Michelob Ultra. When was the last time you could enjoy a Michelob Ultra?
Every day.
What? Not every day. Oh, this is crazy. This is crazy. She said every day I enjoy it. My point was, when was the last time you enjoyed a Michelob Ultra on the middle of Constitution Avenue, walking around with an open container with military and cops all around it? Nobody's saying anything. All right, let me calm down. The adrenaline is pumping. This fence. So, because I brought my bag with me straight off Amtrak, and I haven't even been to the Airbnb yet to drop all that stuff off. I can't go in there because I've got a shaving razor in there. I got some stuff that they won't allow in there, so I'm just having to carry it around, and it's raining like crazy. You really don't realize just how hard it's been raining, but still, the people are out en masse. For those of you guys just joining in, through those trees behind me is the White House. Through these trees here, that's the Washington Monument. You can see that. Guys, I'm going to shut down pretty soon because all my equipment's going to soak. If I can, I'll try to go back live this evening. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to go down by the Washington Monument and try to check out the fireworks there. And then tomorrow morning, be praying for me. Just past the White House back here, there's an abortion factory. And it opens tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pray for me that I can get over there and see what's going on. It's just a few blocks in a place called DuPont Circle, and it's the closest abortion mill to the White House. And so I plan on being there tomorrow morning if things go well. I'll show you one more time. These brothers are out here sharing the word. This guy here has been just very patient with this young man, talking to him about Jesus, the plan of salvation, and then this other guy over here has not let up. I will tell you that I saw some of the Black Muslim Brotherhood. It's the same group that was down here that was on the same day of the Covington kid. Caused all that trouble back, months ago, and everybody thought that the Covington kid caused all that trouble. So the Brotherhood was down there. They were causing trouble. So basically, if you're here, anywhere you step, right, anywhere you go, you're going to find opportunities to talk to people. You're going to find crazies. But what I really want to impress upon you is patriotism is not dead. You hear the mainstream media saying that, this is an all-time low on patriotism, and people don't. No, that's all fake news. I'm telling you, man. If you just get up here and walk around and look and talk to some of these people, patriotism is not dead in America. Just look around. I can't even tell you how many thousands of people are in behind that fence right there, getting ready to watch number 45 deliver the address. You got to have tickets to get up in the upper echelon part, which is fine. Hey guys, let me ask you a question. Is patriotism dead in America? She said, I don't even want to talk about it. I don't know if she
Before
means
I
that
could
it's
tell you
dead or
I'm
what,
former
but
military,
that's
my
all
computer
right. We have that
randomly
freedom.
shut down and
Thank
restarted.
God we still live
Fuck
in
you.
America. We still live in the land of the free, and I have the permits to prove it. Look here, we got some cops coming down, and we also have these guys right here are making money left and right today. These guys on the rickshaw, the bicycle, handling all these people around. And just so you know, all of these electric scooters right here, they are awesome. And I plan on riding some of those scooters tomorrow, but my hands are completely full right now. And I got to keep an eye on those two bags right there. All right, let me scroll down and see if anybody's seen anything. Marshallville, stay safe. Well, I got to tell you that I'm staying over in Maryland. So the Metro, I have to be on the Metro no later than 10:45 tonight. And I found out on the way up here that the place that I'm going to is kind of a rough neighborhood. So, Airbnb, check it out. I'm going to give it a go. God is going to protect me. It's going to be all right. After visiting all 50 states and 37 countries, I think we'll be all right. All right, let me see before we go off the air here. It's starting to let up a little bit. I got to tell you, this is my first time up here on July 4th weekend, and it is adrenaline, 110%. You could just get energized. I mean, you look at all these flashing lights and everything that's going on. Right, look at that. Again, you can see you can hear the helicopters. You see see what's going on. It's a good place to be. Oh, thanks, Sheila K. Well, it's the problem with this outfit is it started raining, and look at that, soaked, absolutely soaked. And this hat is all cotton, you guys. And so when it started pouring the rain on us, the cotton wilted over like a dead flower. And so it's just a mess right now. And I got nobody to help me out, man. I don't have anybody. So, hey guys, is patriotism dead in America? No, she said, patriotism is not dead in America. But when you watch the mainstream media, they would have you to believe that patriotism is dead in America. It is not true. Sir, I love your hat. I love your shirt. Hey, is patriotism dead in America?
Not with this one this time.
That's right, it's not dead. Go Trump 2020. Oh my gosh, if you want to get up here tomorrow, come on up. I'm going to be here until Sunday, right? Maybe by then my hat will get dried out. You know what I mean? Trump is his president, Chris. So again, it's been raining pretty hard. All of my stuff is soaked. I just wanted to get on here for a few minutes and let you guys know that I made it up here safe. Woo! I'm going to shut it down and try to go get dried off. And what I'm really trying to do, as all these people are, it's crazy, is that I'm trying to just wait long enough for the fireworks display and all that. But I mean, I am soaked down to my drawers. Down to my drawers. In case you didn't see my outfit, look at that right there. Uncle Sam. And you would be surprised at the number of people that wanted to take pictures with me. It was pouring down the rain, and people still wanted to take pictures of me. Uncle Sam. I did all kinds of research, man. I've got all kinds of questions lined up for people. Did you know that people under 25 years of age, that a vast majority of them cannot even answer a basic citizenship test? Think about that now. They could not even answer. They couldn't even name the 13 original colonies, for example. They thought Ben Franklin was famous for inventing the light bulb. Folks, the dumbing down of America is insane, right? Some of the answers that I looked at that people gave for the three branches of government would rival that of AOC. Speaking of AOC, why isn't she up here standing by this fence talking about how awful it is that we can't get in there? They're here. They're here. Oh, it's pandemonium. It is pandemonium. Again, guys, every time I'm out here, I'm keeping an eye on my bags right there, because I got nobody with me to watch all my stuff. I haven't even been to the room yet. All right, let me see what else I can do, and then I'm going to shut this thing down. I've already talked to several people. I'm really impressed with this brother right here. And at the end of the day, the gospel is what changes hearts, you guys. And I love it. I love it, right? I love it.
On behalf of that's going to be utility company. Yeah, question? What's the question?
I just wanted to know what specifically was it that led you to declare the state of emergency? Was there a specific thing that you saw or you're hearing about that led you to declare that?
So the question to Mayor Breeden is what led to the conclusion of a state of emergency? Okay.
Because we've had over 87 aftershocks of this, we don't know what's going to happen. And with that, the state of emergency allows us to seek significant help from other governmental entities, and that is the reason why. And I would like to say I talked just recently to Scott Seymour, the manager of the airport in Inyukern, and there is no damage that he knows of at this point in time, and they've examined everything out at the airport.
I have a question. Any reports of damage at China Lake?
There's the man.
Captain Paul Dale, Commanding Officer of Naval Air Weapons Station, China Lake. We're just adjacent and abutting the city of Ridgecrest here in the Western Mojave Desert. We're large. We're about 1.2 million acres, a little bit larger than the size of Rhode Island. We continue. It's been about 5 hours now since the 6.4 reported quake, and the mayor mentioned the aftershocks that we've had, upwards of 87. We continue to make damage assessments. I don't want to go into particulars, but there was a question about roadways. All of our roadways are passable. Our entry control points are operating. We've obviously increased the number of personnel that would be conducting operations on a July 4th holiday. And I'm comfortable with the resources that we have right now. We're in communication with higher headquarters, who's been extremely supportive, and we're in communication with local civic leadership along with the Emergency Operations Center here, providing support to each other where necessary. But right now, we're working within our lines, and the city and the county are working within their lines.
What about flight runways?
Well, so the mayor informed me that Inyakern Municipal Airport is fully operational, no reported damage. In terms of the Armitage Airfield, which is on board Naval Air Weapons Station China Lake, the initial assessments are that it will be operational at the next workday. Yes.
No, I was going to put another question. There's a community about 20 miles to the east of here, Trona. A number of individuals are there. This would perhaps be appropriate for Kern County Fire. Have there been any damage assessments there, casualty reports, anything else applying to that community, which was much closer to the epicenter of Ridgecrest?
So the question is, the outlying areas just outside of Ridgecrest, there's various other communities. What type of triage and what has been found in these areas?
So our county EOC, they have been in contact with San Bernardino. We are in a different county, so it's two different areas. And so we do know Trona is an area that we do sometimes respond to, but that's being handled outside of the county through San Bernardino, and they're in contact with Kern County Office of Emergency Services, EOC.
Chief, I have a question for
Go
you.
ahead.
Driving from the Inland Empire up here, I noticed that there were a lot of lights out, power was out at a lot of businesses, possibly homes as well. It's about 100 degrees outside. What is your recommendation for people out there who are at home, they have their fans on, and it's just hot and they're waiting for the power to come on?
There's some power is out, but there's not. They've got a lot of power back on. So the individuals that are out of power, we have set up an area. We are in the process of setting up an area at the Ridgecrest Fairgrounds, and that's going to be an air-conditioned place. Also, the Kerr McGee Hall here has air conditioning, but a lot of the power has been restored. The issues that we're running into is gas leaks. That's the majority of our calls right now, and then also water leaks, especially buildings that are sprinklered. So those are the hazards that we have right now. We haven't reported. There's no major injuries at this time. Yes, sir.
Give us a little bit of an overview of the hospital evacuation, the nature of the evacuation. Was there any structural damage at the hospital?
So there is some structural damage at the hospital. There is some sprinklers that are leaking. We do have a building inspector there, a structural engineer, that is taking a look at that right now. Now, when you hear of evacuation, what we did is we took all the individuals out and we pretty much sheltered them in place at the facility. We have shade area for them, we have trees, we have awnings, we have stuff that we're taking care of, and we have fluids and drinks for them there. So right now, they're assessing the hospital to see if we can go back in and put individuals back in there. We do have confirmation that we did take 15 patients to Palmdale, Lancaster area that were from the ER. We wanted to get those to a different hospital just because of the nature of what needed to be taken care of with them.
How many evacuated altogether?
We don't have a confirmed number because a lot of them are they're just coming out, and we're just trying. We don't have a confirmed number on it yet. We're trying to figure that out with my operations chief over there right now to figure out a number of that. So once we do know that, we will release that to the media.
I have a question about fires. 4th of July, I've already seen people lighting fireworks. What's the plan to kind of monitor that? This is a high fireworks area, and monitor what's going on with the
Now the fireworks are legal in Ridgecrest. I know there's not a fireworks show tonight. Is that correct? So there's none. So there's not a fireworks show tonight. So people can still, we're not going to tell them they can't light their fireworks. They are legal out here in the Ridgecrest area.
Do you feel like you need more people, more help from other fire stations to kind of manage something that might happen with the fireworks?
No, we have a lot of resources here right now. Like I said, I've ordered USARs and task forces and strike teams. And here in Ridgecrest, I've taken Ridgecrest, the city of Ridgecrest, and I've divided up in the north and the south branch. From Ridgecrest Boulevard south That's going to be our south branch, and our Ridgecrest North, that's our north branch, and that's where a majority of our resources at right now, because that's where our hospital is at right now.
For those people who are living in the community, what should they be doing over the next 24 to 36 hours, in as much as their families, their homes, realizing we are going to have aftershocks? What straight advice do you want to give them on how to conduct themselves in that period of time?
Definitely check on your neighbors, check on your family and friends. Water, keeping things that are going to be able to keep you hydrated, and food, that's going to be important, because we don't know if there's going to be any more aftershocks. We just had one sitting in here, and there's been 87 aftershocks as we talk. Is there a high percentage of another big aftershock? That's unknown. Unlike a fire or a flood, we can predict that stuff. With a flood, we know where the water's going. Fire, we know where it's burning. Earthquakes, we cannot predict. But
would you advise people, because this is what I was seeing initially coming in, a lot of people driving around, in many cases aimlessly. They may need their vehicles, they may need the gasoline in them to go later.
I would definitely will stay home, keep your vehicles fueled, keep food and water in your house, and be ready for something that could happen. Unknown if something's going to happen, but I will say from the county fire and the emergency side, we are prepared, and we do have a lot of resources over here to make sure if something does happen, we're good.
Chief McLaughlin, can I ask you a quick question just about public safety? Your officers are going to be out there, of course, going around patrolling. Is there a concern at all about potential looting?
We've discussed that. That's why we have extra people here. I hope not, but that's why we have extra people here. And we brought in resources from other agencies to help with that. And we'll be patrolling those areas to try to prevent that as well. So let's hope that they don't do that, or at least try.
I guess Caltech was saying they did a report that was showing water damage. Did they reach out to you guys, or did you guys hear anything about that before?
Is this recently?
From today.
Oh, today. No, that's the first I'm hearing anything from Caltech. No, I haven't heard anything from Caltech.
Okay, so they were talking about it. So they were saying that they thought there was significant damage.
No, I haven't. Not aware of any reports from Caltech.
Thank you. So now that we're getting kind of into the smaller, down into the weeds for some of these smaller questions, we'll go ahead and conclude the press conference now. But stick around for a breakout. That way, is it for the good of the entire community?
I think it is.
Okay.
Is there any indication as to how long or when their stores may be open so people can go back and get food and ice?
That's going to be an unknown. There's too many speculative factors that would go into that. Environmental health, the checking on the food after a power outage, the utility companies. That's going to be an unknown. We're not going to be able to put a number on that for people right now. But thank you very much for coming here. We can have a breakout so that you can speak to the individuals on a one-on-one basis now for a few minutes, as their time is desperately important right now. Thank you.
Mayor Breeden, can I talk to you real quick? Would you mind?
Right, you've been listening to a news conference from Ridgecrest, the different officials speaking there. The mayor of Ridgecrest just declaring a state of emergency there. She said due to the fact that they've had 87 aftershocks in the area, she said you never know what will come tomorrow, just as a precaution.
All right, and talking about the different responses they've had to deal with, at least one structure fire, the one that we have been looking at, there was some encouraging news about that fire at that home. They were able to save about half of it. It wasn't a total loss, so they've been dealing with that. They've got water leaks, gas leaks, the China Lake Naval Weapons Station, everything seems to be stable there. But as we mentioned, the state of emergency, there's a water main break in the city of Trona, which we hope to have video of. Air 7 was over that a little bit ago. So they are keeping very busy, but it appears that things at this point are stabilized, and we don't expect to hear about any new damage or new problems associated with this quake that occurred at 10:33 this morning.
And they were talking about the infrastructure. They said there was a couple roads that were having some trouble, but so far things have remained intact, so that's also encouraging news.
All right, this tweet from the LA Fire Department, quote, "We are aware of the significant earthquake that just occurred in SoCal. Please do not use 911 unless there are injuries or other dangerous questions. Please do not, or other dangerous injuries. Please do not call for, I think they meant injuries, not questions, but please do not call for questions.
Yeah.
All right, we have other breaking news
Yes,
to get
we
to.
certainly do. In Bell Canyon, there is a brush fire that we're going to. This is overhead. Air 7 HD is overhead the scene right now. We understand it's about 2 to 3 acres. It is now burning uphill. Don't pardon my glasses, but I can't see my phone. The city is monitoring this right there in the Bell Canyon. No immediate danger to Malibu area because but Malibu is monitoring it as well. Trying to find some more information.
Yeah, but this points out what firefighters have been telling us. You know, 4th of July, there's usually an increase in small brush fires, structure fires, and things like that on the 4th of July. That's something that they kind of plan for because people are using fireworks, whether they're legal or illegal, and fires break out. They are hoping and asking that you don't do that today.
And this is near
already taxed.
And this is near Bronco Lane in Bell Canyon. So far, they said 2 acres, 2 homes were threatened. Hopefully, they're getting this fire that is going to get to the ridge. They think that will be a good fire break. Fortunately, those homes are downhill from this fire. As we know, the fire usually rises up the hill.
Right, it burns 8 times faster going uphill than it does down. But as you can see, they are making pretty short work of that. But in the meantime, of course, our coverage of this earthquake continues here in Southern California. We have had, it's been felt pretty widely from Las Vegas to the east, San Diego to the south, Fresno to the north, all the way out to the ocean, the seaside communities, Santa Monica, Malibu, areas on the west side of Los Angeles and all the way to the ocean. So it has been felt over a very wide area. Magnitude 6.4 centered near Ridgecrest. They're calling it the Searles Valley earthquake because the town or community of Searles is pretty much directly over the epicenter of the quake, and that is where the most damage has been done, although even there, the level of structural damage has not been high. This is the fire that they've been talking about all day, the one in which a pretty
color guard, and the national anthem as performed by the United States Army Band Pershing's Own and the United States Army Chorus under the direction of Colonel Andrew Esch.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, and the First Lady of the United States, Melania Trump.
Things too. So, could you show us around inside here? They haven't cleaned anything up yet because, as we've been reporting, there have been just multiple aftershocks. In fact, you guys said that there was another aftershock just about 25 minutes ago of about a 4.2 or whatever. Describe what you see here in your living room.
So the big TV wasn't down, thankfully. The small TV had fallen down, was on its base. There was bottles all over the place. Luckily, most of our house is carpet, so I mean, it's not too bad. There's
Hello, America. Hello. The First Lady and I wish each and every one of you a happy Independence Day on this truly historic 4th of July. Today we come together as one nation with this very special salute to America. We celebrate our history, our people, and the heroes who proudly defend our flag, the brave men and women of the United States military. We are pleased to have with us Vice President Mike Pence and his wonderful wife, Karen. We're also joined by many hardworking members of Congress, Acting Secretary of Defense Mark Esper, and many other members of my cabinet, and also the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Joe Dunford. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Lieutenant General Daniel Hawkinson of the National Guard, and distinguished leaders representing each branch of the United States Armed Forces, the Army, Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard, Marines, and very soon, the Space Force. As we gather this evening, in the joy of freedom, we remember that all share a truly extraordinary heritage. Together, we are part of one of the greatest stories ever told, the story of America. It is the epic tale of a great nation whose people have risked everything for what they know is right and what they know is true. It is the chronicle of brave citizens who never give up on the dream of a better and brighter future. And it is the saga of 13 separate colonies that united to form the most just and virtuous republic ever conceived. On this day, 243 years ago, our founding fathers pledged their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor to declare independence and defend our God-given rights. Thomas Jefferson wrote the words that forever changed the course of humanity. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. With a single sheet of parchment and 56 signatures, America began the greatest political journey in human history. But on that day, the patriots who would determine the ultimate success of the struggle were 100 miles away in New York. There, the Continental Army prepared to make its stand, commanded by the beloved General George Washington. As the delegates debated the Declaration in Philadelphia, Washington's army watched from Manhattan as a massive British invading fleet loomed dangerously across New York Harbor. The British had come to crush the revolution in its infancy. Washington's message to his troops laid bare the stakes. He wrote, "The fate of unborn millions will now depend under God on the courage and conduct of this army. We have therefore to resolve to conquer or die." Days later, General Washington ordered the Declaration read aloud to the troops. The assembled soldiers just joined an excited crowd running down Broadway.